What is going on, guys? This is Daniel, and today I'll be bringing you my Rockets defense observations, and they are currently tied for 14th in defensive efficiency, so very average, and let's get right into it. Let's start with a strategy, and the Rockets like to double the pick and roll, particularly when the ball handler is a great shooter or scorer. So here the Rockets will double Kyrie, and the first pass will usually go to the rolling big man, so it's very important that someone rotates over here Harden to prevent that pass entirely or pressure the big when he catches the ball. On this play, Harden does a really nice job of anticipating the pass, and he ends up getting the steal and the fast break layup. This time, it's Ariza who rotates, and he does a nice job of pressuring Tristan Thompson right away. But you won't always get the steal, and what will usually happen when you double the pick and roll is you'll have to rotate to prevent an open shot, and the Rockets are not bad at this, and they do a great job here as Nene closes out and they force the turnover. Doubling the pick and roll is particularly effective when the screener is not a good passer, so the Rockets will double and the pass goes to Dwayne Dedmon, and Ryan Anderson doesn't even apply much pressure, but Dedmon is not a good passer and he throws it away. Their problem is their rotations can be inconsistent. On this play, you'll see when Pau Gasol pops after they double the pick and roll, no one even rotates onto him and he gets a dunk. Again, no one rotates over to Gasol, though here he misses the layup. And winning the 4-on-3 battle after the double is usually something offenses can figure out once they see it enough. On this play, all it takes is a cut by Richard Jefferson, and Thompson isn't some great passer, but that's a simple pass, and it's a dunk. So while it's not a bad strategy, I can easily see an offense beating this in the playoffs and making them switch it up. Now let's move on to the fact that the Rockets rank 20th in defensive rebounding rate, which is not terrible, but they do really struggle from the power forward position, where they play Anderson and sometimes Sam Dekker. And in this game against the Nuggets, Kenneth Faried had a field day against both of them as he just crashed the glass and got several putbacks, simply bullying them inside. And this could be a problem in the playoffs if, I don't know, they play OKC, who has Taj Gibson and Enes Kanter. Moving on to talking about defenders individually, and Patrick Beverley is a very good defender, and I would say he's probably their best defender as he just makes winning plays such as in transition, he'll take a charge. He does a good job rotating here as when Nene steps up, he'll drop down to take away that dump off pass and get the deflection. This was fantastic. He'll switch onto Miles Turner on this play, and notice how he fronts Turner in the post, denying that pass and eventually tipping the ball away. He of course has quick hands and he can steal it from anybody, even Kyrie. I have noticed he sometimes gets too aggressive and overhelps. Here, there's no reason for him to come that far over, leaving a corner shooter open. He overplays this screen for Jeff Teague, which is just unnecessary. Teague wasn't going to pull that 3 anyways off of the screen, and he gives up the backdoor layup. The Rockets double the pick and roll, and Beverley is the one rotating to the roll man, but he goes for the steal, doesn't get it, and they give up an open 3. For a young center, I was impressed by Clint Capela's defense, so let's talk about that. And he does a nice job of rotating and protecting the rim, and he provides real rim protection, and this is a nice block. He's a modern NBA defensive big in the sense that he can protect the rim, but he can also switch on to perimeter players. Here he'll switch on to Teague, stay in front of him and get the block. Not only does Capela have nice lateral quickness, but he seems to have a solid feel for anticipating what the ball handler is about to do. A superb closeout to run CJ Miles off the 3-point line and then stay with him on the drive. He's smart. Kawhi tries to split him in the pick and roll, but Capela will not let that happen as he shuts the gap and Kawhi loses the ball. He's defending on the perimeter, and on the drive, he sees Anderson step up. So instead of going for the block, possibly fouling, he'll peel off his man, go to the other block to take away that pass, and he ends up getting the steal. That's really impressive. All that being said, he's not some great defender yet, as he does make a considerable amount of mistakes. Here, containing the ball in the pick and roll, he doesn't do a good job and gives up the and one. He's lackadaisical on this play, allowing Mason Plumlee to beat him off the dribble. Not a smart play here as he falls for the pump fake and fouls, but overall, good stuff from Capela. On to Anderson's defense, and he is not a good defender due to a combination of physical limitations and mental errors. Defending the pick and roll here, a combination of both comes into play, as he does not slide his feet quickly, but he also takes a poor angle, and he gives up the and one. Contrary to Capela, he does get split in the pick and roll, and Gary Harris gets by him to draw a foul. This is what I mean when I say mental mistake. He'll help one pass away off a good shooter, giving up the three. This is another example of a mental mistake. The Rockets will front the post, and at first, Anderson does a nice job of coming over to prevent the over-the-top pass. Now, the Pacers want to go high-low, so they'll send Lavoy Allen, Anderson's man, to the high post, and the goal for the Pacers is to get it to Allen and then throw it into Jefferson. And where Anderson makes the mistake is by coming out to Allen. He should give Allen the mid-range shot. Instead, he comes out to Allen, leaving Jefferson open, and the Pacers get what they want. But Anderson is not a disaster on defense. He's okay in isolation scenarios. Here LeBron looks to attack Anderson after the switch, but Anderson backpedals and draws the charge. He gets it. He knows he's not quick, so he sags off, giving up the pull-up jumper, but giving himself enough space to contain on the drive, and he does a nice job. There he defends the LeBron jumper. Here against Kyrie, he'll again back up, giving up the pull-up J. Against the Nuggets, he had to defend Nikola Jokic, and he held his own. He's a well-built guy, and there he forces Jokic into a fadeaway jumper. Next time, Jokic is more aggressive, so Anderson takes the charge. Last but not least, Harden's defense, and he's not a very good defender. I know I'm breaking grounds with that opinion, but yeah, he's not very good. Here, against the pin down, he'll shoot through the gap, which you just can't do against Danny Green, and he gives up the three. A common basketball phrase is follow your own shot, and this is an example of how that's not always the case. Harden will take a three here, and he follows his own shot, but that's not ideal for transition defense, as that allows Paul George to leak out, and when Harden doesn't get his rebound, that gives up the dunk. He's been known to ball watch, and that's what he does here, allowing the backdoor cut. I want you to only watch Harden on this play, and notice how he does not put any effort into finding a man or helping out. He's not a good defender, but that's fine. You don't want him expending too much energy on defense anyways because his offense is so valuable. This is an example of how him not playing defense is actually good. You don't want him to risk fouling Jefferson on this fast break. Instead, he lets Jefferson go, conserving a foul. And he does have his moments. Here he does a nice job of stealing it straight from Will Barton and going in for the layup. When he's engaged, he's not bad, and here he smothers Kyrie. Well, there you have it, guys. This isn't a great defensive team, but they got a good center, and some of their weak defenders can actually hold up in certain scenarios. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.